On today's episode of The Front Row, we are downtown in the Lubbock Cultural District at the studios and offices of Lubbock Public Media. Our special guest on The Front Row today is Erin Agee. She is the owner and publisher and everything else of Senior Link magazine, which has just published its Winter 2025 edition. Erin, welcome back to The Front Row. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So for folks, I'm sure people see Senior Link everywhere, but they may not know a little bit of the genesis of it. Tell us quickly how you came to be the owner and publisher and the magazine itself.
Sure. So magazine's been in business for, I think a little over 20 years. I'd love to see the first edition. I don't have it, but I'm the third owner. I purchased it in 2014, and I just had a heart to share the stories of our community, and we have some pretty amazing stories. And so I've just, starting in 2014, set out to find those stories and to share them with my readers.
Right. And you're it, right? You
I'm
run
it.
the show, right?
I run the show. I have an editor that I contract with and a designer that I contract with, but my husband does the photography editing and the cover photos, and I do the layout and the ads and the distribution and all the in-between.
Right, and probably the creative process as well, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of vision.
Yeah.
So,
well, you do a great job.
Thank you.
And the magazine is quarterly? Is
quarterly,
that right?
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
4 times a year. And in the fall, we really focus on our veterans.
Mm-hmm.
In the spring, we focus on high school seniors, writing about people who have made an impact in their life. And just kind of an opportunity for the younger generation to realize the value of sitting at the feet of those people and hearing their stories and sharing their stories and really building a bond with the people that they're writing about that lasts a lifetime in my mind.
Yeah.
And then winter has become music and art, and we're still kind of, summer is a little bit of everything, but I have a vision brewing, so we'll see what happens.
Well, that's great. Well, I love that you have ideas about what each one should be, and they're totally unique. Mm-hmm. I think that's wonderful. The Senior Link for Winter has just come out, and it is devoted to local music and artistry. For folks who might be interested, tell us just a little bit about what is included in this latest issue.
Sure. Well, I really kind of branched off of what Civic Lubbock was doing when they honor the 4 inductees into the Walk of Fame. And so this is the second year that we've kind of come alongside them and shared those stories.
Yeah.
And, those stories are people in Lubbock or from Lubbock or have had influence in Lubbock. But as I read those stories, I also recognize that they have gone on to do great things and to get lots of accolades, but we have so many people in our community that thrive in the music and art industry that their stories need to be told too, and they might not become the legends that some of these people are, but they're doing things in their own that are making a big impact too.
Right, absolutely. And who knows, they may go on to great, even greater things.
Yeah, and that's why in this one we really kind of shared some stories of some younger musicians with the expectation that they might be tipping the scale of doing bigger things. Right. So let's go ahead and share their stories while they're in their 20s.
Right. I suspect for you, it's a lot of the same as it is for me hosting this program, is that the breadth of material is so interesting, and it's never the same, and you learn a lot, and that's what makes it really fascinating and fulfilling to do.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, and you get to meet amazing people.
Right.
I mean, not only am I learning a lot, but I'm meeting people that are like, I was in a meeting this morning, and I was showing the guy I was meeting with a picture from like 2017 of the 4 generals. And he said, how was that? And I said, I went to 50-yard line with 4 generals and just said, share your stories with me. And it was just like 20 of us in the room. And who gets to do that?
Right. That's one of the great perks, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Well, tell us a little bit more detail about the current issue.
Sure. Well, of course, the one and only Clint Barrick has a story.
I was hoping we could avoid that.
But one that is kind of exciting locally is that there's a 64-year-old that's in the Texas Tech band. And how cool is that it's not easy. I don't play a musical instrument, but as I watch them, to be able to navigate marching and playing at the same time, I can't think of it being easy. And there's a 64-year-old that's doing it.
Right.
And so we share her story.
I read that article. I was fascinated.
Yeah.
And, it was great for all the reasons you just said. Plus, nowadays, marching band is really sophisticated. The drills they do are they're generated by computer now.
Right.
And they can do cool stuff with stepping backwards and sideways.
Yeah.
And it's complicated.
Right.
So 64. She's doing well.
She's doing great. Yeah. So, and then also Pauline Mills, I didn't know anything about her, but she owns Glass Alley, and she is a mosaic artist. And so to see some of the things that she's creating, and I went to her studio and it was able to get some Christmas gifts for my kids, because she, not only can you take a class there, but you could buy kits for people to do their own mosaics. But then last week I was in Levelland and got to see some of her artwork as well, of things she's done in Levelland. And so just another hole in the wall story that I didn't know was out there until someone said, do her story.
Right.
So there's a lot of good stories in here of just different people from music and arts and all around.
Right. Do you have a network of people who help you when it comes to do they pitch stories to you, that they know somebody that you might be interested in? Mm-hmm. How does that work?
So anybody's welcome to pitch a story to me, and 10 times out of 10, I'm going to say, okay, write the story. We do not have like a list of writers, or we don't go through a big channel of do you qualify or not. If someone presents to me that you're worthy to have your story told, then who am I to say that you're not? Yeah. And so I have you write the story, or sometimes I find someone that has time to go and write the story. But yeah, if you want your story told, then let's do it.
Yeah, great, excellent. Well, one of the things that fascinates me is you've got the layout, you've got the stories, you've got the pictures. What's involved with getting it printed and then distributed? How do you do that?
Sure, I do the layout just on my computer, and then I send it to a designer, and she does the designing, and then there's lots of back and forth with editing. It makes a big difference from editing a document in Word and then actually seeing it in a magazine format.
Oh, yeah.
There's just things that start sticking out that you wouldn't see in a regular Word document. So we go back and forth with editing, and then that's usually about a 2-week process for her to design it. And then when I send it to the printer, I print it from a company in Colorado, and usually I have a week turnaround from the minute they get it to the minute it shows up, an 18-wheeler in my driveway to drop off pallets of magazines.
Are you serious?
And I have my garage is in my back, so they actually reverse so that they don't take out any trees. They reverse an 18-wheeler into my alley, and usually 2 or 3 or 4 pallets, depending on how thick the magazine is. And they put it in the garage, and as they're putting it in, I'm loading it in my car to start getting them out.
Wow.
So
so you do it.
Takes me about a week to have the city broken into about 10 zones, and I just start going.
Wow.
So one of the things that I'm trying to start maneuvering is I get so many calls from smaller communities that they want copies. Mm-hmm. So I was out in Levelland. What I'm trying to find now is someone from each community, if someone from Levelland and someone from Slayton and from Post come to town, if they would just come and be my distributor for the smaller cities to go to because they're in the senior centers and Meals on Wheels and grocery stores. And so if I could provide them a list of places to go, then we could start branching out a little more. But right now I'm even driving to Levelland and Slayton, and I have someone that does Plainview for me. But we try to get them out just to the other communities as well.
Wow. Well, on a local level, where can people find the magazines that you take them to?
Sure. The Mahon Library is a good place. Drug Emporium, Red Zone, Super Salad. Most Uniteds, Market Streets have them. And KK's, most churches have them, if they've called me. Those are my big ones.
Yeah.
I mean, Drug Emporium, my first week at Drug Emporium, like when it just hit the stands, I will go to Drug Emporium every other day and probably leave 150 copies.
Wow.
And then after about 2 or 3 weeks, I'll go once a week. And then by near the end, it's just once a week. But we go through magazines nonstop. I continue to refill the places as they run out.
Wow, that's amazing. Gracious. Well, the winter issue is out on stands now. That means that you must be knee deep in the next issue, the spring, I guess.
The spring edition.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun how this one works because since most of the articles, 15 of the articles are written by high school seniors, I have recruited them back in September. So because it's hard to work in December, there's just so much going on. I at least have 15 articles already in the works so that I don't have as much to do. But yes, I am knee deep in planning and recruiting and doing all the things.
Wow, and that'll be the senior one.
Yes.
Right. That's amazing to me. The schedule, how you do this and think ahead. That's incredible. What will be the issue date for that?
It will be on the stands March 1st.
March 1st. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, our guest today on the front row has been Erin Agee, who is the owner and publisher and everything with Senior Link Magazine. The latest issue is out, winter for 2025. As always, thank you so much for giving your time and being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.